Well, ladies, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, rather, a very good morning, and welcome to day 6 in the Pardon Premier League, the second edition. The first match out of the three that are going to be taking place, it's going to be the AMS Gladiators taking on the Turf Blasters. And, well, we have a very special guest in Mr. Asit Shah, the committee member of the Pardon Premier League, who's going to be spinning the coin. Turf Blasters have called. Vishal, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll bowl first.
Your reasons for that?
Just, the wicket never changes out here. Take the morning dampness, make good use of it. That's about it.
Any changes in your lineup from the last match?
Yeah, we got two changes. Jai misses out and Agam comes in, and Neerav misses out and Mithul is in the playing 12.
All the very best. Go well.
Thank you, man.
Ambish, what would you have done?
We were also looking to field first.
Any changes in your lineup from the last match?
Yeah, quite a few. 4 players are not available today, so we have 4 changes today. Darshil, Sachin, then 2 more guys are missing out, and in their place, Kavin and Josh come in.
What do you think you want to be keeping them down to?
No, I have to set a target. I'm setting a target.
So what do you think would be a good score on this total?
Anywhere in between 150 to 160. Because the wicket is a little damp, so initially the scoring will be difficult, so we need to play our 20 overs sensibly and set a good target.
All the very best and go well.
Thank you.
So the news from the centre is that the AMS Gladiators have won the toss and they have elected to field first.
Ten,
9,
8,
7,
5,
4,
2,
2,
So the first ball runs for the Turf Blasters straight away. Suchit off the mark with an inside edge. Turf Blasters have been inserted into the attack, rather into the lineup to go ahead and bat or set a target. It's going to be Tanay Shah to face up. Beaten out to the line of off stump. So good start for the off spinner. Over the top she goes for 4. So the first boundary for Tanay and the Turf Blasters. So whilst a couple of balls were good enough, Tanay takes the aerial route and helps himself to his first boundary. So far Vinay has been on the money. Has started off bowling a good line and length. Was relatively full and Tanay took full advantage a little earlier. As soon as he's got his line rather length right on a good length, you can see that already there are some good signs for the spinners. There is some turn. There again on a good length, on the money. So good start for Vishal. First over gone by, 5 for no loss are the Turf Blasters. So it's going to be Vismay Choksi to bowl from the pavilion end. Will be bowling to Suchit Shah. Already a deep point employed. Third man fine leg in the 30-yard circle. By the looks of it, long off and deep point are the 2 men in the deep. 3 men on the onside, square leg, mid wicket, mid on. Driven through the offside. Superbly timed, and hence it beats the man to his right. So Suchit as well gets into the act and helps himself to his first boundary, and a good looking one of that. This time gets the inside edge. By no means was it a bad ball, was struck on the up. He got it right in the middle. That will give him a lot of confidence. Every batsman facing up. A shot like that does help you in your endeavor to prolong your innings. It will help him breathe a lot easier. You can already see signs of the slow nature of the wicket. 2 balls after that, both have held up in the wicket. This one just bouncing awkwardly. Suchit getting it higher up on the bat. So hence reiterating the point that that shot through extra was a great shot, because this is not a pitch where it's easy to time the ball on the up. Much better delivery, left alone there, rightly so. A bit of shape into the right-hander and then leaving the right-hander after pitching. Getting his length absolutely spot on. It does take a bowler a few balls before he can get into his own. Once again, indicative of the slow nature of the wicket. They'll get an easy single eventually. Vismay is heavily reliable on, especially with the new ball. Tends to bowl out most of his quota. Slow one attempted going wrong down the leg side, will be signalled a wide. Outside edge will find the gap between third man and point for 4. So another boundary to Suchit to end the over. So the AMS Gladiators at the end of the Turf Blasters rather at the end of 2 are 16 for no loss. Struck away. There is a fieldsman who has taken it. Satanai has to walk back to the sheds. So benefiting by the good line and length that he has maintained has been Aisha, and the AMS Gladiators strike, and the youngster has to walk back. So the captain walks out to the middle, works one into deep mid wicket, gets off the mark straight away. Vinay has started off very well for the MS Gladiators. They have gone in with an off spinner to start proceedings, and it's worked for them. This time he goes over mid-off, superbly struck all the way for 6. Terrific timing as well. So that short ball dealt with beautifully by Suchit Shah, who's looking good in the middle. Much better delivery, tossed up. Outside edge. And he spills it. This could come back to cost them dearly. Vinay Shah had an opportunity to have the big man walking back, but somehow does not get his act together. Took it very casually, and worked away on the offside for a single. These kind of chances, when they come by, especially of the main batsman, you need to take them. 3 overs gone by, 24 for 1 are the Turf Blasters. Check mic 1 2 3. Mic check. Beaton was looking to flash out the line of off stump. Not too sure whether that ball was meant to be played off the back foot. It was a ball on a good length. Of course, the angle comes into the right hand and then leaves the right hander. That's what Vismay brings to the table at times. Much better delivery, well played as well. Suchit fortunate enough to be there. It could have been a double strike for Vinay, who has only himself to blame. Suchit, now that he finds himself still in the middle, will breathe a sigh of relief. He'll want to carry on from here. Both brothers, Ambish and Suchit, at the crease for the Turf Blasters. They'll want to make this count. It's never easy in the morning, especially the first half an hour where there is a bit of dampness in the wicket. So Ambish promoting himself up the order, rightly so. worked away, will go straight to square leg. It was Tejas Patni, the fieldsman, who took the catch at long on, whilst Tanai had to walk back. It was a smart catch. Was behind his head, had to time his jump to perfection and did that. Again, an inside edge. Getting the inner half of the bat. It's indicative of the slow nature of the wicket. The ball's gripping in the surface. Clearly, the slower bowlers are going to come into the game. We've already seen Tanai get one. He could have had two. Goes over the top. Over extra for four. Superbly struck by Ambish. Making full use of that full length delivery and putting it away in style. So boundary to complete the fourth. 29 for 1 are the Turf Blasters. This time over the top of extra. It's a superbly timed shot. Got the placement spot on. Latched onto a ball that was not all that short. So wasn't the worst delivery, but Suchit, the form that he finds himself, made a complete meal of it. Tossed up, struck away all the way for 6. This is a terrific strike. So a poor ball being dealt with, and looking to make amends. Vinay over pitching, and Suchit gleefully accepting the invitation. That was a good comeback, moral victory, beating the bat, beating the wicket-keeper, turn, bounce, everything, cut him into half. So not the best pieces of wicket-keeping, but Turf Blasters will get another boundary in the form of extras. Goes under the wicket-keeper's column. This time swung away on the onside, will help himself to another boundary. The slow nature of the wicket, had to wait on that one and made the most of it off the back foot. So this is terrific ball striking from Suchit Shah, and the Turf Blasters are looking good. Much better delivery on a good length. Suchit, that's a horrible throw, and this is completely benign from the MS Gladiators, and with that we'll raise up the 50 as well for the Turf Blasters. So this is not idealistically suited for the MS Gladiators. Vishal a little worked up with what's happened, rightly so. The last thing you want is when runs are going at the rate of knots, you want to let the batsman on them. Suchit eventually calls Ambish through a bit of a fumble at short fine leg, and a good run being stolen at the end of 52 for 1 are the Turf Blasters. So it's going to be the left arm spin of Tejas Patni for the first time. Goes over the top, gets the outer half of the bat. Fortunately for Ambish, it fell in no man's land, and he calls Suchit through for the second. So this is good running from Ambish and Suchit. Both brothers understand each other very well. Ambish, the swifter of the two. Suchit, the more powerful of the two. It's a good combination of athleticism and power. Tejas Patni has been introduced into the attack to try and get a breakthrough for his side, bowling the final over of the power play. Never easy for a spinner. Loud shout, probably an inside edge that might have saved him. Not quite sure whether it is the case, but that was a loud shout, superbly bowled by Tejas Patni. Got it to come back into the right-hander. This one takes it away. Over mid-off she goes for... Will trickle into the ropes for 4. So Ambish gets into the act and puts away a delivery which wasn't the worst over mid-off. So good shot from Ambish, taking full advantage of the field restrictions and helping himself to another boundary. Much better delivery. The margin for error whilst you're bowling in the field restrictions for a spinner is minimal. That was slightly short, and Ambish pounced all over it. Once again, this is top class bowling. You can even have a slip if you can continue to bowl the way he's done so in the last two deliveries. The power play has gone by. 59 for 1 are the Turf Blasters. Switching ends is Vismay Choksi, bowling from the far end. Suchit has tried this shot a couple of times on a good length just outside of stump. Looks to go hard at it. The thing with Vismay is he's very accurate. Will bowl in the channel on a line and length. Will keep hitting that. Off the thigh pad, will collect a leg by. The AMS Gladiators would be very